I'm V from Casually Fragrant. I'm going to be going over today the Rose collection by Sucreabeille. I was kindly gifted this collection. I briefly mentioned it in my Valentine's Day suggestion videos, but I wanted to go a bit more in depth of each scent. In between my birthday, which is around Valentine's Day, and now I've still been kind of sick on and off, so I haven't been able to really smell as many perfumes. I am finally getting better, and I wanted to kind of do, I wanted to smell them on camera and go over them with you guys in real time. So from my video before, my favorite one was Briere Rose. What I really like about this collection is not only do they have fantastic drawings on all of them, but they also have a really cool kind of story written, and each one of these rose fragrances is like a different chapter, and they're all kind of like once upon a time fairy tales with a twist. Some of them are a little dark. They are hilarious. I absolutely love them. You have, well, I'll mention some of the ones. I won't mention all, but some of them I'll mention what they represent for each one. So first I'm going to go over Wood Rose, and so I'm smelling this now. The notes are roses, and so everything has rose, but these are like tiny little wild roses, forest on the florist floor with spiced rosewood, vanilla, patchouli, and sweet resins. I don't get too much of the vanilla of Wood Rose, and I get more of the patchouli and forest and green spiciness with the rose for this one. And we have a Glass Rose, which was chapter 2. This is a White Rose, White Musk, Thyme. It mentions a summer rainstorm, neroli, gardenia, grapefruit, kumquat, orange blossom, neroli, red mandarin, and fresh Dalmatian sage. A beautiful floral scent if you like a little bit of spice. It doesn't have too much, but with the thyme, it just gives it kind of a uniqueness from other rose scents. Once again, very floral. I'm not the biggest fan of orange blossom, to be honest. It's just not for me. I know people love neroli and orange blossom, and it is, I can definitely smell it in this one. Then we have Blood Rose. Oh yeah, this is a very sweet one. It's English rose, honey, sea salt, and dragon's blood. I really like this one. I get the honey and the rose, and it's sweet. It's quite unique. I quite like Blood Rose. I don't find the rose too, like, it's not very overwhelming. If you want to try something with a bit more of a subtle, let me just try it one more time. I definitely like, there's something that sea salt really adds to it. So I do like Blood Rose. And then we have Steel Rose. This has a couple types of rose, a few types actually. So Steel Rose has, let me just, Wild Rose, English Rose, White Rose, Wood Smoke, Patchouli, Dragon's Blood, a bit of a metallicness, smoky, and incense. I love the name Steel Rose, and I definitely get a bit of that in here, kind of that metallicness, but it's not overwhelming. It just kind of adds a little bit to it. And I've totally been forgetting, I had wanted to mention the Glass Rose one is based, it mentions Rapunzel. It's the Rapunzel story in there, and I absolutely love that one. It was hilarious. So if you get a chance, check out all of them, but I really liked the Rapunzel story. And then we have Briere Rose, which is based on Sleeping Beauty or Aurora. This has Wild Rose, Lavender, a bit of a forest at night, rosemary, cedar, clove, and bergamot. And when I was reading the notes, I didn't think this one would be one of my favorites, but I absolutely love it. This one was probably my favorite one. It's a very unique rose. I really like that clove in there. Definitely like Briere Rose, and it's sweet because I do like a bit of sweetness in my fragrances, and I do get that from that rose in there. Then we have Flame Rose, and this is based on Rumpelstiltskin. Surprised I was actually able to say the name right. It's got Wild Rose, Cedarwood, Smoke, and Leather. I don't find the leather too strong, so I'm getting a faint leather, woodsy rose with smoke. Definitely a darker scent. And a black rose, I believe had Snow White in it. And yeah, this has rose, dark chocolate. I definitely smell the dark chocolate. If you are a fan of Sucreabeille's other chocolate scents, I think you'll really be a fan of this one. Vanilla bean, burnt sugar, whiskey bourbon. It's got a bit of it says here, old library in a dusty castle, patchouli, creamsicle, and bacon. I definitely get a lot of those scents in this. I haven't actually worn this one on. I'm kind of tempted to with all those notes. So these are the Rose collection by Sucreabeille. Let me know down below which one's your favorite one. I think Briere Rose, it's kind of interesting because I thought with the notes I might like some of the other ones, but this one has been I'm gonna keep knocking them over, my favorite one in the batch. So thank you so much for watching.